Sure. Okay. Yo, what up, everyone? I'm back again. Yeah, I was a little bit sick. I'm not a little bit sick. I was actually a lot sick last weekend. So took last weekend off, but I'm back again. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm live. Cool. All right. Yeah, so I'm not expecting too much, but I figured I'd go live anyway and see how I go. So I want to continue this game regardless. If anything, it'll be a good warm-up to get back into it. So, but I believe it was last time we were inside this pawn shop and we had a scuffle with a gentleman and whatnot, and I think he was trying to get off with a jacket. We're trying to prove him otherwise, being like, "That's not your jacket, and here's the evidence why." So the whole entire time I was like, "Why are we pressing into this? And what does this have to do with anything?" It's like, yeah, of course. An ace attorney, it always seems like you're wasting your time, but hey, you're never wasting your time, right? Right. Anyway, we're gonna continue. Continue. Yes. 15th of April, Baker Street. No time. See, that's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and they take stuff away from you. I'm really, Miss Lestrade, tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? Yeah, that's right, even though... For some reason, it was her overcoat, and the guy was trying to put it on, and I was like, there's no way that coat could have fit him, when it was like, obviously, like, very snug on her, so... Yeah, very, very odd. What? Oh my, surely you weren't given that. Yeah, the D let me keep it after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and then he said, "Go on then, have it," before telling me to scarper. Always pays off giving people a look like you hate them. Can't help feeling that's gonna get you into serious trouble one day. What I really wanted was that nice, shiny disc mind. The music box disc? Mr. Winniebank said it's practically worthless. I think I'm gonna have to give another bash, give him a long, hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't wander Winniebanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. I can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winniebank. But to this mine, I had a ticket for in the coat. It was in the coat's pocket. Yeah, that's right, because we found a music disc in the pocket. And somehow the guy that was trying to get up with the coat knew it was in there. Oh, apparently he thought there was two in there, but... And she had no idea it was in there, even though it was her coat. Or did she? Or... I can't recall. And there should be something else and all. That's what Rotten Cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well, then that's mine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. Yeah, that's right, because someone's idea while we came to this pawnbroker, because apparently he pawned off his violin, and when he went to get it back, he got a completely different instrument. So he went back to be like, I made a mistake, even though it looked completely different. No, Tar. Oh. Oh, why would I come around your place, eh? And get... Have you lost your head or something? Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering. Perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for a potential guest for the dinner table this evening. Make extras just in case. And one more thing. I should be glad you'll accompany later too. Sorry? I believe we'll have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting! What is it? You should have to wait and see, Miss Sasso. Until later, then. Alright, now what? Examine. Examine the outside. I'm pretty sure I've done all that already. Yeah, don't think there's anything else I need to do here. That's alright. Yeah, sorry to sneak off. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need to go back in there. I guess we just go back inside here then? Sure. Yep. 15th of April, 3:46 p.m. Sherm's asleep. Ah, Susie and Runa, come in, come in. Good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always. I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh, yes. After all, we have a special guest joining us. Oh, that's not confirmed, but alright. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess. Look at those little eyes of her shining. Oh dear, it's awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Guinea. Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise. Yes, that's wonderful news. Wow, Iris seems to be overjoyed the idea. I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh yes, it does sound like fun. I'm not sure it's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Narhoda? By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sherms up to? Curly? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sherms. I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yeah, I see. Really? He just behaves like a child sometimes. Hurley does. Mr. Sherms and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yes, except Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder why where her real parents are. What's the matter, Runa? You have ever such a funny look in your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why did this girl live here with Mr. Sherms, you're wondering? Am I right? How did you... Oh, Runa, I can read you like a book. Ugh, this girl is dangerous. Don't worry. You can ask me anything. I don't mind. Okay, maybe I'll just do just that. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman on the McGill case student months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh, yes, so much for the best of friends. And I chase her down, I chase her after. and I chased after her down the back alleys. Interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There's so many beautiful colors in the world, and Ginny wants me to make the whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestray keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I've gotten bored of it anyway. Hurley already reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been so long since she came over. I'm so excited. Hope she does actually come. I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind. One second. It's like a rogue hair in my mouth. It's like really annoying me. I'm like trying to like pull it out, but every time I try it like disappears. That and where are your real parents? Well, Mommy and Daddy aren't with me anymore. Mommy passed away when I was born, and around about the same time my father. Well, he had to go for a faraway land because of one of the cases that he and Hurley were working on. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mystery cases together. She didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's been in the metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes? Really did have a partner with him who tackled these most taxing cases? Oh, yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look at the chest, but that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. I found your father's memories. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me that's when I found out the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean, it must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age. Hurley said it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that he was always rubbed up on me. There are some things that I could just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying when they open their mouths sometimes. Right. Quality to have become a lawyer. Anyway, so I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I've always assumed that Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything as soon as he solved the case. It's all but vanishes from his mind. That's right, didn't he not recall who we were the second time we met? Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case they just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It's quite a shock for everyone. You could say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study, so that I could earn a doctorate as well. Iris's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. The court will now hear the trial of Ryan Naruhodo. Excuse me. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in the case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Oh, oop. Well then. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial University. And a man who, in the most bizarre circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Mr. Soto. Yes? Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be best. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Eek, Mr. Sholmes. Whatever did you make your presence known to me before? Ha. Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you most of the day. Goodness, really? You already forgot. Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madame? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. The music disc. Oh, another music box disc. No, just not another disc, Mr. Soto. This is one that Rexon demanded we had over his evidence. Mr. McGillen's disc. Oh my. Then what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Naruto, I think though we had an undeniable turn for detection. I may well even be more adept at larceny. Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'll be your pickpocketing assistant. And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught. Gonna work to get zoo crimes. Right. Plus, Susie has such a beautiful handwriting, she could write all over our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted. Don't you get caught up in this. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Yeah, also 1 second, can I? Hang on, let me check this. Can I? 1 second, I just want to check something. How do I... There we are. Yeah, I just want to turn off my camera. There we are. Yeah, I was like, I'm not really feeling the camera at the moment, so I was like, yeah, I'll turn it on, but then I was going on, I was like, rather leave it off, to be honest. Not really feeling that well to be on camera, so I'll just leave it off. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought I expected Gregson to get back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. What was it? It's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. You're only one friend in times of loneliness, I'm not mistaken. You will humor me, my dear fellows. Cast your minds back to when I was a good detective and confiscated the disc. I'll be taking this whatever it is to Mr. McGillis down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. The police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate? No, the word of my life. It's all yours, Inspector. With the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hands, did I not? Yes, you did. But I still don't understand. It was precisely at that moment I saw my one and only friend in action. I pressed the disc into my pair of bars, just like this. Oh, you made a copy? You can't do that, it's illegal. Oh no, I guess it's, illegal if you do it with keys, but still. Same idea, I guess. That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule precisions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed myself, Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant from melting. The result is precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves it's very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will without high secuse nourishments. Oh, never without high secuse nourishment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't do that. Like you can duplicate your own keys, but you can't be like, hey, there's this key I want a copy of, right? Well then again, it's kind of shady gray area. Yes, it sounds illegal. Yeah, I was gonna say. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was the most curious to know the manner of the music that would issue from the disc when played. Let's see, and I got like one made already. That was very fast. Well, then again, I guess you can go to a place and you get the keys cut. You can get your keys cut in like a man of hours, so probably wouldn't be too hard. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of the music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Bruno? Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Yeah, of course. I'm guessing that has something to do with the case that's upcoming. Because obviously they wouldn't make this, like, draw this up diagram for, like, no reason, right? Small protuberances pluck different teeth of the comb as they rotate past to make different notes. The first music box is invented by using a rotating cylinder and protuberances on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and become interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it's the very success of the invention that means that we're now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may manage, the construction of one's firm's music box does not match that of another. And now you have no way of knowing in which music box particular disc was designed to be played. There is no result into the problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in a few music boxes that I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. It sounds a little bit broken. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes that I've ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's early for you. Always taking things too far. But my dear girl, this all really is quite a repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yeah, I guess that'd be kind of like messed up. It's like you design like a certain disc that's supposed to be played in like a certain player. So you get one that's like slightly different or like slightly bigger or smaller. Don't work. That's most certainly true. And what in the worst case? You either make it universal, but oh well. I shall have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Because he's gonna have like all the music boxes. He's gonna be like, yeah, I need the space. Magnus McGillett. None of them are expected here again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGill perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus were reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder of which he was so intimately revolved was buried. Even though it was successfully established that Mr. McGill's innocence on this trial, newspapers still claiming that it still remains an unsolved case. The murderer of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fried Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. Yeah, the trial just kind of ended. It's like we're like on like the ropes of like getting him like convicted, even though we were on his side or were representing him. So it's like we want justice. We're hungry for justice. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty, though my defense, I still don't know if it was the right judgment or not. It would appear that the case is not yet closed. Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Guinea will be here for long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me. Well, something I Mr. Winniebank said before. He said the manuscript of Iris is in the pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he most definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of unworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom, or his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh, yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Wingbank's storeroom, gathering dust. My dear Banana, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there are maybe occasional mix-up caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of Baskervilles. I would love to read it. What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said, The Hound of Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's... That's because Miss Sassoon is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Runo, the Hound of Baskervilles, has never been published. What? And when I showed Hurley the manuscript, they told me I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said to keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. Unless she's like snuck a read for herself already. So that's why the manuscript is at Winnie Banks. And yet, how could Susie know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? Ah. What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Okay, let's ignore that. Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I know I know I wasn't welcome. I'm going. That was quick. No, wait, Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Oh, yes, just wait there, Guinea. We have everything else already set in a jiffy. Ignore that tension before. Everyone put on your happy face. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself home. Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come on in. Come along in. What do you say to some meddlesome? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is then. Cut them. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, who came to call her, taught us how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night. April, 9:34 p.m. Now I had our legal counseling. That was a very good jolly evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking is truly divine. I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Now, how does I can consult you about something? I wonder. What's the matter, Sister-san? It's about the telegram received. Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What's summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from Lord Chief Justice's offices. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we'll have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary now, Haru-san. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I should find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Good evening, friends. Oh, good. Ah, Iris. Hello again. It's like every time I like a theme song kicks in. This upbeat. Oh, she's still there. And Gina, too. Yeah, Skinny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's gonna sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I learned so much today. Oh, what? What in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying to learn out on each other, didn't we? I think I'll work in a new natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Wait, what? That's mine! Stole his armband right off his arm. Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? Have some natural talent for it. Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it though. Ah, thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy some chances with a lawyer one lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Haha. Seems those Iris is here. Still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. I guess we just converse. Can we even... Oh, we can examine, but why would we? Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscripts, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me more? Aren't you going to tell me? They don't know where the more came from. Just added that word for some reason. I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. No, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what is all that, really, but... the story you made up, isn't it, Iris? The mantle script, or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Giddy, but... my daddy was his assistant once, his partner. Yeah? They solved all sorts of strange, mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I'm as surprised as you are, though. His daddy wrote those details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I studied them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone for a very long time. So I've never really met him. Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps I should talk to her. It's a bit intrusive. Iris, this Hound of Baskerville stories. I take it there's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right, although it was fascinating. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean. Oh? How? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it, and I showed him the manuscript to Hurley, he turned white as a sheet. It was the first time I've seen him like that. It pains me to have to say this after you toiled over it so long, Iris. But the story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. Why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me. Alright then. I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I'll explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Winniebank, isn't it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, it does. He's treating you like a child. Well, she's a child. I mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Yeah? He said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it. I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. Yeah, you'll all trust to be your own good. You can't pull wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me? Although she could detect lies. Or maybe not. So can I examine... Yeah, so I can talk to her directly. Interesting how it does that, how you have to go out of your way to talk to somebody else that's nearby. Can't recall all the Ace Attorney games did that or not, but it's interesting. Has like the multiple people in this. You can like switch from one to the other when you're in court, but you can't do it like in the overworld. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born, not even our mums. We all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, David's my life. I love it. Get a kick out of it every time I lift some prominent idiot's purse. And that's how we afford to eat, just like Robin Hood, ain't it? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents. I mean, I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. It sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you never had them, it don't feel like you always had one to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris. Gina, what did you mean about what you said that you know that Mr. Sholmes was lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped out the manuscript or mental script or whatever. Right? But come on, there's obviously a lot of rubbish. Oh my, what would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really an old Winniebank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, or other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, you stole it. You sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that, I'm sure of it. Ha. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript or whatever ain't it Winniebank's. You'd better soon see it if you had a look. Even if you think you trust them, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar, like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I wonder if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean I think he sold it. I mean that sometimes I wonder if he might have some hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. He's like, yeah, it's at the pawn shop, I swear, and he just like hides it somewhere else. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny, we should head downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you two tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh, yes, please, I can't wait, Susie. Good night then. Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turn in for the night too, Naruhodo-san. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She's supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She's probably decided to go home too. Go home? No? Yeah, that happens. I think it was when we had some like get-togethers, like me and like a bunch of friends and whatnot. It's like, we all stay over and all hang out and all have a good time, all go to sleep. Sometimes just wake up and some people just be gone. So what happens? Don't expect to wait around, Can't get you to stay if you don't want it either. I think not. From speaking to him before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfast with Miss Sasoro. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home. I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you indulge me, look out for the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on this time of night? That's Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windybank's? Oh no. It's simple. That story was really an old Windybank storeroom. There's no way someone off around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. So she stayed nearby so she could break in there at night time, steal the manuscript. I'm gonna sell it for myself and make a fortune. Sorry, Iris, but if you could ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. Gina, you have gone? Seems like you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh no. No, not really. Well, anyway, I must investigate. At once. Mr. Soto. He's awake now too. Synced to April 1:14 a.m. Baker Street. The door to Winnie Banks. It's open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something's afoot inside. There's no one here. Oh, yes. Yes, there is. Ah! Mr. Sherms! Mr. Sherms! What the? Has Sherms been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But... after them, go. Right. Blast! I've lost him. Hello, hello, what do we have here? The alarm was just raided this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sherms. He's been shot. Shot? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winnie Banks. Ooh, cutscene.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Oh. Someone else has been shot.
It's Gina!
Huh. Interesting. I guess that's more of the setup, I guess. Yeah, I'll keep going. So how long have we been going for? Just an hour. That's alright. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, this case is a case like really, really long. Though I guess it is the last case, so I guess they wanted to, you know, jam pack it. So. Ah. I'll be alright, Mr. Naruhodo. After them, go. I guess it's recapping. Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry. It's Gina? From that moment, Winnie Banks Pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn, and I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Yo, what up, Crowbar, man? What's up, my guy? How's things? Hope you're doing better. Yeah, much better. Fucking last weekend. Oh my god. I guess like last weekend and like last week. It's terrible. So bad. So bad. I had an infected lung, so that was not good. So I was more or less bedridden. I had like nausea, headaches. I was coughing up phlegm that had blood in it. I was throwing up. Yeah, I had hot and cold chills. It was real bad. Holy shit. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. But yeah, doing much better now. Yeah, absolutely. And I had like no appetite as well. I was like so hungry, but I had like no appetite. So when I like make food, I have like a little bit, and I was like, I can't keep it down, man. Yeah, so I was surviving off like soup and what was it? The like fruit slices and juice. I was surviving off that for like 3 days straight. So yeah, it wasn't great, but yeah, doing much better now. That's for sure. Yeah, it's like I had no idea what like hit me because I was coughing for like a week, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a regular cough, whatever. Because it had happened to me last year. I was like coughing for like 2 weeks or whatever. Um, but yeah, it just suddenly got way way worse. So yeah, crazy. Yeah, and those times where I was like stuck in bed, I was like so cold, like so shivering, but like I didn't have the strength to like pull myself out of bed to like put on something warmer. So I was like, and then a reverse. I was like, so hot, like boiling. I was like just trying to like make myself like colder, try to cool down. Yeah, my body temperature was all over the place, but yeah, doing much better now, that's for sure. Yeah, I hope you're doing well as well, my guy. But yeah, I went to the doctors and they gave me like a bunch of pills, and I've pretty much like almost done all of those, so it definitely helped, that's for sure. And they gave me a COVID test and everything, and that came back negative, so that's good. Yeah, being alright? Nice, good to hear. 16th of April, 2:21 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Oh, Iris. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm still like minorly coughing, but yeah, the hardcore coughing that I was doing like all like last week is pretty much gone. Oh, Iris. A telegram came, but all it said it was, wait at home. Oh, yes, we asked one of those policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back. When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everything was gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runa? Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know. Something awful has happened, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid so. Converse. I'm sorry to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windybank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning. Oh, yes, I had a feeling. You did? Well, I saw all those police carriages pulling up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened here. When we entered Windybanks in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran into the street, and I chased after them, but they got away. So it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windybank, I suppose? I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment. Oh, why not? They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina. Ginny? But why? Well, the thing is... No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that. I know, none of us think she did it. Then why did they arrested her? I'm sorry, there was nothing I could do. Can I go like right to this? Continue the conversation. I understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs in the scene? Weren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they? No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. Yeah, that's right. He also got shot, but seems he's fine. This is also horrible. The thing is, Mr. Windybanks was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all his deposit articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside. I see. But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well. Oh no. And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards... Don't tell me there was no one else in the room? Yes, exactly. How'd you know? It's the only explanation. Yes, the only explanation indeed. What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well, what can I say? I'm damned if I agree and I'm damned if I don't. So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals. I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sherms. He was taken to the hospital this morning. What? Well, when he entered Windy Banks, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet. Hurley? Was he was shot? No. It's all right. His life wasn't in danger. Really? Are you sure? Where is he? In which hospital? He's at St. Sinner's. They're turning to him in there. I must see him at once. I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't. Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed. No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see. To operate? Oh, poor Hurley. It was the two thugs that were in Mr. Winniebeck's shop. The shop Mr. Sherms would have served them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them. Go. After that, I ran out into the street, but as they were long gone, I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry, it's my fault. I've let them get away. I think that's a very good thing. Sorry? Well, you've seen which way they went and chased after them. You might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that. Oh, Iris. Where's Susie, Bruno? She's still at the police station. Oh, why? I expect she's still being questioned. The police said she didn't finish it. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while. Why aren't you there then? Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't really questioning me for long. And Mr. Soto stayed behind the scene to tend to Mr. Sherms, so they didn't get startled until later. Ah, I see. Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me to leaving early. You should let me know, and I would have come to the station. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment. But I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sherms and Gina are getting on. I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't just stand there sitting around waiting. I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me? Oh yes, I'd love to. Gina's at the prison and Mr. Sherms is probably in his hospital bed. And don't forget, we have to visit the crime scene. We have to conduct a thorough investigation. Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. But we already established that he's not seeing anybody, but... Uh-huh. Prison or the hospital? Well, I guess we can try, right? of April, St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3. Hurley. Oh. He's not here. No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in bed by the window, didn't she? Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home. I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not. There's no question that was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered. Oh. Hello, what do we have here? Those water's off limits, no visiting. What are you doing here then, eh? Well, have you know. We're Hurley's next of kin. Eh? Oh. I'll be begging your pardon then, ma'am. Sir. Little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solver and the mysterious family, eh? If that's how you see us, then, sure. Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley? I believe he's currently in Operation Theatre, ma'am. Undergoing extensive operation. Extensive? It's been several hours since he went in. Dear, is he going to be alright? Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthesiac, that is. Oh. I've heard about a report about the gentleman claims they may have a little bit too much drink last night. Coffee, that is. Ah. Anyway, I think it'd be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later. Oh, poor Hurley. Alright. Can move the location. Was your illness going around at work? Not that what I have, not I'm aware, but then again, I guess, you know, people get sick all the time and never really ask, but still. Probably not as bad as what I had, but still. Yeah, probably just people just having general sickness and whatnot, but... Yeah, because I thought what I had was like just a, you know, just a general cough. And I didn't think it was like really infectious at all. Because I was working at a time when I was just, you know, coughing a little bit. And I was, you know, interacting with my workmates and they weren't getting sick. So I was like, oh, it should be alright. Nothing, you know, really worry about. But then it just suddenly just got way, way worse out of nowhere. It's crazy. 16th of April, local prison, cell 13. Hello, Gina. Oh, you stole the grenade launcher that Hurley I made. I wish she wouldn't point at me all the time though. What are you here for? Ginny. I have a feeling it's because of that you ended up here in trouble. So I think we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry? You would get lost. Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking in the street. That's how I get by. And when I saw me chance, I sneak inside a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I can lay my hands on. Get it? The kind of person I am. But Ginny. I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came before and said it'd be a lawyer or me the like. See, it said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one. She couldn't be staring at anymore, obviously, if she tried. Why would you be like this, Ginny? Converse. I understand, Gina. Why would you send the public defender anyway? You wanted me to sign some papers, represented papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They said pin on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it is always for me. Growing up in the backslums my whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, then get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. It had to happen to me after all. I've been sold up and nearly snapped on the back of it. You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you go into the grass, dead. Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could forget it. Ginny, don't you trust Bruno? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone. So we're not gonna represent her? Okay. You tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbroker's? There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going to the storeroom. Your bloke walked on me and you know the rest. But why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious the place is full of stuff I could steal for the shilling or two? Dive, it ain't easy, you know. A lot of work and half the time you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason was something else? Yeah, unless she just tried to break in to get the manuscript back. Oh, give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference. Please chill us, Ginny. I believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. Hey, you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? Unforgivable lies? What did you mean before, Gina, when you say you're the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what this unforgivable lies you told were? Maybe we can help. Sorry. We're all out of time. They're gonna cross-question me now. Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I want to give you this, something to remember me by. Cut the... Photographic prints are a really adorable cat. I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in the pocket of that overcoat. Anyway, don't be bothered coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny. The white cat photograph has been entered the court record. Can we, check it out? Can I flip it? Yeah. Look at the back of this print here. There's something written on it. Thursday, February 9 p.m. Article deposited in one small box. Loan amount paid 10 shillings. Redemption deadline 30th of April 9 p.m. Says photographic print as a redemption ticket. 30th of February. That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it? A small box doesn't tell us much about it, does it? Bruno, if Mr. McGill stole the ticket, then presumably never redeemed the article. So do you think the box may be present somewhere in the shop? Ah, yes. It was something Mr. McGill had deposited. We need to investigate. Unless she was trying to get back whatever it is that was deposited. Maybe it was like past the deadline, so she's like, crap, I can't redeem this, so Gotta try to steal it back. Oh, I can't do anymore. Oh, because I present it? Hang on, actually. Yeah. Here, Gina, look at this. No, Tom. I will say you can have it. Oh, won't you? Well, when someone says I can have stuff, it makes you want to see. So you better hand it back over now. No, I'm not giving it to you. Oh, okay, she just has something generic to say about it. I want to question her about it, but that's alright. I can't examine this area. That's all her dialogue. There's something else I can examine on here? Examine it again. Oh. Mr. Winniebank appears to have used this photograph to write the redemption ticket. He's written it very neatly, but still, perhaps he ran out of paper, so he had to use anything he had in hand. It's hard to know what the font is and what the reverse side is now. Examine it again. Okay, no. Weird, like, doesn't like show like that pulsating, like, yeah, strange. It usually does that, like, when it's like, you know, ready to go, or like when it's something you haven't investigated. Right? Yeah. Because it usually has like a tick, like when it's done. It's an adorable little cat. I think it just looks like Wagahai. Always sort of like cats like you curl up inside the heated Katatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. Okay. I guess we move somewhere else. But where? Okay, but go back into the pawnbroker. Oh, we can. This is the Vapor Winniebank's pawnbrokery. Animation, wow. This is where it happened then? Last night? That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables. That's right, yeah, because you want to check out the crime scene as well. Right. But, apart from the policeman, and you wouldn't know that everything happened. There's no sign of disturbance. No, you're right about that, actually. In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones who'd be doing the ransacking. I would know what you mean, like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Oh yeah, I heard that. Oh, Inspector, good morning. Yeah, I suppose I ought to thank you for vigilance last night. You got the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rows go away. Mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I thought you assigned extra men to beat around here. To the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. He's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty. Ah. Your ladyship. No one's told me you were coming. I expect you to take full responsibility for what's happened to Hurley and to see that he has the very best of medical care. Of course, your ladyship, the best doctors in the capital are lending to him as you speak. Don't squash your chips, bruh. Yeah, exactly. Apparently he has like unlimited chips though, because like there's an animation where he like eats them and like he shuffles it back up and like more appear and then eats it again. So unlimited chips. I don't think it's Bruno's fault that he rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is a police job. Absolutely, your ladyship, as you say, madame, as you say. The Jane in Black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? It's like completely in person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Takes off his hat and everything. Where are my manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice? It's acting like an uncle that hasn't seen like their niece in forever. Oh, why? You thirsty, Grexy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you'd like some. Glug. Ah, lovely. Tar very much. They really hit the spot. Your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. Converse. So, how's the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some really definite evidence. We're just about to charge that diver that arrested last night, in fact. Gina, you're going to charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge for the belly tomorrow. Definite evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, as much as I wish to oblige you, I'm afraid. I see. You've already captured a pair of thugs who broke in last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them in the stand as witnesses, are you? How? How could you? How? How could you possibly know that? I had a feeling, that's all. Remind me to never try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested 2 men that shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they are rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade is being held in the prison. She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's the condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to indulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential. Well, I know it's been operated on at St. Sinner's. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know. I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. I'm the hospital's policy. No visiting at all. Oh. The bullet must have hit every artery of his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood. Oh no. He didn't seem to be too bad in the first hour or so. But a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. He's got to stop that bleeding. But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better. Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it. Really? How do you know? Yeah, how do I know? Because, of course. Yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. So you can't guarantee that. Better pray the dogs have a better grasp of what they need and make someone well again. Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley. I report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's at an operating theatre. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the source, Sonny. I'm a copper. We don't go in here for our favoritism. But he's right. You do treat us differently. It's because of those adventures of Sherlock Sholmes stories. That's why. Oh? I cop up him, don't I, Inspector Tobias Gregson? Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's. What'd you write about the Inspector, Iris? I don't remember, really. It was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of Scotland Yard, is how he put it. Oh, did I write that? And you know what that one line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you. Wow. Ooh, that's amazing. It's all because everyone reads them. They read all of the Sherlock Holmes stories. They even set up a fan club for me. Of course, that explains everything. I was around that time when you were being such a toad to me. Can you blame me? It all takes one bad word from you and Sherms could change his tune about me. Gregson? No. The great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Do you think what happened to my salary if it came on the print, eh? Oh, so he's acting as nice as possible around her, so she'll write good about him. The whole thing gives me the willies. I'll tell you how many nights of sleep I've been lost worrying about it. But that would never happen, Grexy. Every month when a new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages. Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves. Good. Ah, lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot. Your ladyship. Teetotal. Oh, yeah, there's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, what is it? I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it until now. An important message? I wonder what it could be. Important message. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant. Dear Susie, is she alright? She's at the station, you see. Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She's had the head off. Head off? Where? The Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course. I forgot about that. One of the whipstocks took her in there in a yard carriage after we finished questioning her. But she asked to tell you that she didn't have the fare for the return journey and had to go meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard's a blooming messenger service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector. Why did Susie have to go see Lord Chief Justice? She didn't tell me. But I thought I had better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office as the first straight away. Okay, we can do that then. So there's like nothing else we can investigate in here. We can't like even look at the crime scene. I guess not. Oh well. Whatever. A new location. Ah, yes. 7th of April. British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office. Yes. No matter how many times I come in here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow. Do you think this place is oppressive? I think it's normal. How so? I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't just take this seriously, can you? Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust? Yes, thank you very much. There they are, so sort of sound a long, strong heart. I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious. Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Gonna send her back home? Wait, what did you just say? You return to your homeland? Sasuru-san. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. What was that all about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why are you talking about Mr. Soto's return to her homeland? And tomorrow? Tomorrow? But what's about Guinea's trial? You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Converse. Mr. Soto, what's this all about? Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as it... That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving? It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no! Professor Makatoba? Oh yeah, that guy. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant, Ryanosuke Naruhodo, I believe? Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Makatoba. I'm the professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news. 10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown, and it seems that it grows weaker day by day. I don't believe it. As you're aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Sasoro's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning. I can't believe this is happening. Sajina has been charged after appearing in court? Yes, she was formally charged after a few hours ago, and that day the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later? Gina? Ah, Lestray girl and the murder of the baker, the street pawnbroker? Yes. In all too transmission case, the pickpocket was clearly disturbed at mini robbery and the shot, the man had panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is without lasting a time to these open shut cases. Not wasting time, Genie would never do something like that. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes, Dog Shorthand. In defense of your fine service today, I shall overlook this young girl's incidents. I have no recollection of admitting my child in my office. Leave, now. Of course, Lord Strongham. Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police ill can afford time when it takes them to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. Perpetrated? Yeah, sure. We have far more serious matters of which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday. It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not to remind you of that. Three minutes precisely into my next meeting. You must excuse me. This game's got a lot of content, much more than what I would imagine. Yeah, for sure. That's how all the Ace Attorney games are, though, because they're borderline graphic novels. Ugh. I'm stretching. Yeah, because the idea is that they're on portable devices. I guess all of them are on portable devices, because the very first Ace Attorney game was on Game Boy Advance, and then it was on DS, 3DS, Switch. Yeah, so the idea is, you take it with me and you read a little bit and you save and you come back to it. Good thing to play on a long train ride, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's borderline like a book with like graphics. So yeah, but I've seen some playthroughs of these games where they like they do like voices and whatnot. So yeah, there's that for that kind of fun business as well. So though I've never been one to do voices, so I'm gonna read. So um, but yeah, I think it was the first game I played through was Dual Destinies on the 3DS. I was like, oh man, this is getting so long. It's like I think I was at the very start. I was like, oh man, this is taking forever, man. This is the kind of game people like. Jeez. But by the end, I'm like, oh my god, this game's amazing. It's so good. So it like slowly ramps up. But yeah, I don't think the first game was like actually too long. So, but I'm guessing like they've just become better at it. They know how to pad out the content. So yeah, especially this last case, because I was saying earlier how this last case is pretty long, but I'm guessing it's so long because it's the last case, so it makes sense. Be alright to play in bed while you're sick if it's on portable? Yeah, exactly. And they actually, excuse me, and they actually made in this version of the game, they actually made a an auto advance mode or like an auto like do the puzzles mode, so you can literally you don't even have to worry about doing the puzzles or like matching the evidence or whatnot. You can literally just sit here and read. So if you just want to read and you just want to enjoy the story, you can do exactly that. You don't have to fucking think for a second. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, this one's been on was on the Switch as well. So actually, they're all on the Switch now, I believe, because there's the Ace Attorney collection, which is the first three games, and then there's the Apollo Justice collection, which is games 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, so they're all out there. Yeah, and I think this game was actually on phones first as well. So because I was saying earlier, I was like, oh, this would be cool if we got a sequel, but the way that it was released on phones, it was released in two chapters, obviously because there's so much content. So technically, this is a second game. So technically, 3 minutes precisely into my next meeting. You must excuse me. There's just one more thing, Long Strong Heart, which is it's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timely suggestion. Sorry. The girl currently has no representation. But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial. Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government reminds me that there's too poor to afford representation with public defender. The accused need only to sign the relevant paperwork, and defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused the right. Why would she do that? The question you do is to direct Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. Now then, it's time that I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina was charged with murder, so her son was about to leave. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? You don't have any packing and things to do? And Mr. Naruhodo's duty to assist in my personal circumstances are of no consequences. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mrs. Soto. Unless she's going to piss off back to Japan and the other girl is going to become my judicial assistant for the next trial. Maybe. That's a very pensive look. I think I ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I would like to visit very well before I leave. Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't continue that to completion, because, yeah, I needed to grab her first, I see. Yes, that sounds like a good idea, let's go. If I'm honest, it's become This is completely throwing me off. I just have to do what I can as a lawyer. Okay. Is this like background noise or is this a song? I'm like listening to like the gears. I think it's just background noise. That'd be cool though. If this is like a theme song but had like gears and whatnot in the background. Missed opportunity. Okay. Go back to the prison. Sing of April, local prison. Cell 13. Ah! Hello again, Gina. What are you doing here for what are you lot doing here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in your faces yet again, obviously. I think I need to improve the way you load that ammunition in that thing, don't I? Look. You can come as many times as you'd like, but I ain't got nothing to say, more to say to you. Oh, that's it? Okay. Gina. I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like you to say, What? I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Yeah? Farewell? Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, alright. I've had my pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum party indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie. Well, that ain't my business. Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you. What? It's my fault? Yes, I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they have invested in you. And by doing that, will you truly be as alone as you claim to be? What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do then, eh? You've told everyone lies. So, prove it by admitting one of your untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said there's something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a junior assistant. No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but it's something to do with what happened 2 months ago. Something about that trial. The one with Mr. Magnus McGill that was acquitted. Ah. I guess that mysterious murder took place inside the omnibus. And you were called a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about? Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? Of course. Like you said, it all apprehended 2 months ago. The coppers got me and shoved me in the witness stand. Based on your testimony, Mr. McGill was declared innocent. Yeah, well, The thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. Going back to this case, 2 cases ago. It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing. And then a loud thud like someone falling on the floor. And that was Mr. McGill discover you? Yeah. He pulled me from right under the seat and set me next to the dead man. Not much I'd like to see by, but I went look at me in Milan's. I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. He had his blood on his hands. In other words, it was Gina that was the witness that it was Gina that the witnesses saw on the roof deck through that skylight. Then Mr. McGill started asking questions, I suppose. Who you were and why you're hiding under the seat? Yeah, I did. Only, that's not all. What did you mean? I mean, he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I heard. About what you're going to do after the cove was found dead. It made me swear I couldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scatter before the coppers showed up. Gina, you must tell him what you swore to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Oh God. You said that Mr. McGill had made you swear to tell nobody about what you saw. Were you in the middle of a pitch black compartment under the seat the whole entire time, were you? Yes, Mr. McGill is sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but when I heard the thud of the cove lid hitting the floor, I let a little scream, see, couldn't help it. Mr. McGill had heard that and dragged me out by my arm, and that's when I saw it. I was on the floor next to an old geezer who'd been stabbed. A disc all bright and shiny. A disc? What do you mean? Yeah, that's it, the one who took off me at the Windy Banks. So the Misery Boss disc was there on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, Mr. McGill spotted it straight away. He picked it up, smashed, and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc was on the omnibus 2 months ago, the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And that bog trotter told me they weren't to mutter a word of it to no one. It was so dark under the seat in the cab. I was straining my ears the whole entire time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably, that was McGill getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh, because it was definitely make out the footsteps with 2 people. Oh God, this is like going back to this case from like forever ago. It's starting to get way more complex. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGill and the victim. Mr. Thrice Thrice Mason. Oh, I thought it would be like somebody else as well. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGill claimed that he only slept during the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I've taken it with a fierce tiredness. I always succumb to it. And your own testimony, Gina, supported this. All I could hear was Irishman snoring. Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole entire time in their low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that tells us something. Mr. McGill and the victim knew each other. So Mr. McGill was lying as I suspected. I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had him killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed it very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, Mr. McGill told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two curs from up on ran to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right. And after they'd gone, Mr. McGill asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is to take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And all for your troubles. Let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Windybanks. The coachee snapped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. And there was no one left in the carriage. Mr. McGill opened the box on the seat and let me get out of there. But not without conditions. I see. Conditions? What are Mr. McGill's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything, not what I saw and not what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. After saying the coachman a little errand for me with a small change in hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye, the fiend's taking me to overcoat with a deposit of the pawnbroker's whereabouts. I want you last to take the redemption ticket for it. You understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right, and I'll come to fetch it from you later, sometime within the next 2 months. Hang on to it until then. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in the case it might happen to be delayed at all, you go to the pawn shop in Windybanks, so it is, and you have to extend the loan before 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any old fiend will come along and buy it. Yeah, but I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5, that should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny on me now, if you go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good, and one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, without no doubt. The coppers? Aye, and they'll come asking you to take the stand in court, testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it you might have to say? And what is that you don't? After gone over it all, I piked it as far as I could from here as I could. Gone the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day after it got dark. So Mr. McGill had planned it. And the Coragina to give me false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied. In that big old courtroom, I got some corkers. I told some corkers. The thing is, it would have made it so they couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything of what went on in the back slums. He knew he had no one to look after us, and we were all just looking out for each other, getting by together. See, I mean, Mr. McGill would have, in a heartbeat, would have had a lot of it chased out of there if he wanted. And then we would have gone, nowhere, that's where. So I didn't have much of a choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But I'm in for her now, eh? Go on, admit it, you must be livid. Well, you can make errands by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork that we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what? Oh, he's been having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he going to be alright? Sholmes is going to be alright, right? That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as everything. Right. So what you're saying is I signed that bit of paper and everything's happy, is that it? Something like that. Mr. Soto? Yes, of course. Have the representation papers right here. I don't need no one to stick up for me though. No lawyer or nothing. Poor Ginny, she seems so lonely. Court record. Well, at least this should mean that we can investigate that we're seeing the Winnie Banks now. So she signed it. Hang on, can I check it? Okay. Neat. Yes. And perhaps we should come back to visit Ginny when we're done there. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I can't say that word. Representation papers. No one else knows what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Winnie Banks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. To be continued. Alright, cool. Cool, so that was 2 chapters. Neat. Yeah, I reckon I might end it there for now. Sure. Yeah, what time is it? No, almost 3 in the morning, jeez. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that'll do it for now. All good, all good. Yeah, so I should be back tomorrow with Final Fantasy VII, even if I have like no cam or whatnot. So, because like every now and then I'm like still coughing to myself, so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to cough my guts out on camera. So, stopping tomorrow if you're out. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll probably go live. Yeah, it's good to see you too, man. All good, all good. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm feeling better too, because that last weekend was pretty hellish. So, yeah, but next week I'll hopefully have Nick in, because it's been so annoying, because like every weekend it's been like, nah, we'll do it next weekend. Nah, we'll do it next weekend. Nah, we'll do it next weekend. So I've blown him up like 3 weekends in a row. So hopefully by next weekend I'll feel right enough that I can have him over. So here's hoping. But yeah. Until then, I'll catch you then. Actually, is anybody online? Is there anybody that is live? Let's see. No. No. Yeah, Saki was on. She was also doing an Ace Attorney read, but she is no longer online. Oh well. Okay. I'll let off then. Yeah, but yeah, I'll catch you then. Until then, goodbye.